This is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Friday night, I'm just chilling. Hope you guys are grinding forward, staying on your programs, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through. Daily discipline, lifestyle management. It's been kind of a weird week, huh? Hope you're not letting it get you down. There's going to be ups and downs on this ride, but it's just a ride. There's a lot of people that feel alone. Being alone is different than being lonely. Nothing wrong with being alone. You may love your alone time. There's a lot of guys that love being alone. But being lonely sucks, right? Well, I don't know if you noticed this week, or even today, if you were watching Erica Kirk's, Charlie Kirk's wife, her speech that she gave. It was on national TV. It's on the internet. That's where I caught it, and I watched it twice. It's pretty powerful. We may talk a little bit more, go into some of those topics on our Sunday study group for warriors. So subscribe to the channel, and you can catch the videos. But we're in kind of a new era right now. We've turned the corner. We're in a turning point, so to speak. And we're in this together, so you can feel some unity in this. You can feel some unity in your national pride and your patriotism. There's a lot of people in America who still love this place, still fly the flag. I got a lot of people on my block that fly the American flag out in front of their house. There may be lots of patriotic people in your community, and you can feel a connection with them, even if it's just for a moment, even if it's just that kind of knowing nod and glance you give somebody as you walk by and you know you're both two proud Americans. You could start wearing American flags. I have shirts, hats, all kinds of stuff with the American flag on it. I was thinking about getting one of those little lapel pins and put them on a sport coat. I see like the president and people like that on TV wearing them. I'm like, I want one of those. That Pete Hegseth has a American flag pocket square that he wears. Man, I'd like that. I want to get one of those too. That's cool. You could get more into your cultural heritage. And sure, if you're Irish or Italian, you could get into that. I know a guy who's Portuguese, and he goes to a Portuguese men's group and gets good fulfillment out of that. Know a guy who's Cuban, and he's got a little Cuban gambling night with his buddies that, you know, they play poker or whatever. His Cuban buddies. But we have our own culture here in America of traditionalism, and go watch some of these old movies. Especially in the conservative side, the American traditions and what it means to be an American culturally is expressed more. It's more idealized. Nobody's trying to burn it down or trying to promote it and teach it. You could think about getting more spiritual. And I promote this in a lot of videos. And I'm not trying to turn anybody into a Christian or a Jew or a Muslim or a Buddhist or whatever. And we talk about all kinds of different faiths. And whether you want to go join a church or just become more spiritual in general, that will give you not only a connection to a higher power and to the universe in general, to Mother Earth, to yourself, and to the spirits inside of you, whatever, the Holy Ghost, whatever you want to call it, but you may find other people who have your vibe, and you kind of build your little tribe. And highly spiritual people, they know their people, right? You know your people. You know a good person as opposed to an evil person. You can tell right away. Hardcore Christians know each other right away. You know, you could strengthen yourself and be part of the club, literally and figuratively. I was reading an article, well, this is a little while ago, maybe last year. I was going to say last month. When you're old like me, time flies. But it was about physical fitness and working out with weights and being physically fit and strong, being a strong man, going to the gym, that kind of stuff, trying to eat well, pay attention to your protein and your macros and, whatever, live a healthy lifestyle, get enough sleep. Like Hulk Hogan would talk about, work out, say your prayers, take your vitamins, that kind of stuff. I grew up brainwashed by that. That's actually conservative values. I guess on the left, they're not into that. And maybe you go take a look at what some of these people look like, and it's pretty obvious. But I say be part of the club literally, because not only do you walk around, you see another guy who's in shape like you are, and you can kind of get the vibe that he's disciplined and he's doing it like you're doing it. But go join a gym. I've been going to my gym for about 7 years. I used to go to Planet Fitness, but now I'm back at Gold's Gym. I have a love-hate affair with Gold's Gym. I've been a member on and off to Gold's Gym for 30 years. I got into a pushing match with Fabio at Gold's Gym like 25 years ago. I have a lot of Gold's Gym stories. Worked out at Arnold's Gym, whatever. But I know, a pretty good handful of people at my gym. And that's kind of nice to have that social network, and some guys that are there several times a week like I am, trying to work on themselves. Certainly better than a bar. And the women at the gym are definitely, I think, good prospects, although I will warn you, it's hard to meet a woman at a gym. That's a hard place. But I'm not going to tell you it's impossible, because I got a real good homeboy who's doing real well in life, and I've watched him go from living out of his car in the Walmart parking lot to now he is super successful, and he's got an awesome wife, and they met at the gym that I work out at. So I'm not going to tell you it's impossible. But you could learn to enjoy being alone. Some guys get this, and some guys don't. You could learn to be alone in nature, and that's really sometimes very healing. You don't need a lot of chatter and a lot of other people asking, well, what are we doing? Where are we going? And blah, 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 blah. You just go out and you're by yourself, survival mode, your Rambo mode. It's just you and the trees and the squirrels and God. You could learn to enjoy being alone while you're doing a project. If I'm working on an engine, I might have to bust apart this Triumph engine fairly soon here, and I don't want to, because getting British engines going is like magic. You got to be Harry Potter to get them fucking going. I love the British. I'm not trying to dog the British, but don't buy a Jaguar. Don't buy a Triumph. Those are all cool shit. But don't buy it if you want to ride regularly. How many times do you see some old Triumph at the stoplight? Almost never. But I'm going to start busting in on one. And I don't need somebody around me to do that. I don't need you to come help. I just want to sit there with the radio going, and I'm going to do it. Get my laptop with the internet. I have a disc that I bought years ago. It has every owner's manual for every Triumph ever made on one disc. You can learn to enjoy being alone while you're creating, while you're doing your art, playing your music, or at least creating your music. You may want an audience to go play your music somewhere. That's always fun to have an audience and to be a musician on a stage. But you may want to just get your guitar or whatever and just go play. The guy that lives on the other side of the fence from me, he plays drums. He's amazing. I don't know if he's in a band or not, but he plays drums like all day. Like Animal from the Muppets. He plays them. You might enjoy being alone when you're meditating. You might enjoy being alone when you just need some peace and quiet. That's the perfect time to enjoy being alone. So, bottom line, if you're struggling with this, seek like-minded, strong warriors and women and unite with them. You may be able to find communities online. I've been thinking about doing more of this. There's all kinds of groups on Facebook, and I have a lot of hobbies. I should be connecting with a lot more people. And my brother was kind of kicking me in the butt about this the other day. He is part of different groups on Facebook and online, Instagram or wherever, different places that he's been a part of for years and has these friends all over the country that he's saying, oh, this guy's practically my best friend. I'm like, best friend? Who the hell are you talking about? Just some guy he's known online for 7 or 8 years. And they share this hobby they talk about like all the time. This is the time to connect. And you need to work on yourself and be positive and to be the light, because there's a lot of people in the darkness. Shit is going to get real weird. And we need warriors. Food for thought.